2024 won't be your grandmother's style year. From cherry coke to icy blue, the year's hair color trends are brushing away the old and bringing in some exciting changes. When you think of caramel highlights, you may be transported back to the chunky, brassy highlights of the early aughts. But the caramel highlights on trend for 2024 are a more natural and updated version of the 2000s trend. Hairstylist and colorist Chaz Dean told Allure, "Instead of the harsh lines of demarcation we've been seeing, these highlights are softer and more lived in." To achieve natural-looking caramel highlights, Dean suggests asking for the color to start a few inches away from the root, which allows the color to seamlessly melt into the hair and gives you much more time between colorings. This hair color is an especially good choice for those with warmer and deeper complexions, according to Dean, who added, "It really makes your skin come alive, especially when you have that pop around your face." Red hair, in all its shades and hues, has been continually trending for a few years now. However, one of the up-and-coming options for 2024 offers a refreshing new spin on scarlet.
Cherry coke, outrageous.
Cherry cola colored hair is a deeper, more burgundy shade than we've been seeing, and according to Stylecaster, it's trending in fashion for the upcoming year. To achieve cherry cola hair, you'll want to ask for a color that falls somewhere between deep auburn and wine red. You can work with your colorist to find your perfect shade. One thing to remember when going red is that it can be hard to maintain. It's important to avoid heat damage, which can cause it to fade faster. Can't decide between a sun-kissed blonde shade or a dimensional brunette tone? You don't have to. According to Guy Tang, a brownish-blondish tone, aka Bronde, strikes a nice balance. To achieve the perfect blonde, you may consider the balayage route, which involves hand-painting soft blonde highlights through the middle and ends of the hair, while keeping the root and upper parts of the hair a deeper tone. This technique ensures your hair has a sun-kissed natural effect, rather than large blocks of color with clear lines of demarcation between blonde and brown. Jan Spagnolo, stylist director at the Rossano Ferretti Hair Spa, told TZR, "The goal is to elevate your hair without overwhelming the natural color. If highlights feel too summery to you, consider keeping the tone of your hair on the cool or neutral side rather than a warm, buttery blonde. Mushroom brown, a muted, ashy brown that was popular last year, would work well to keep the hair neutral and natural for winter." Tiffany Richards, master colorist at Louise O'Connor Salon, explained to Allure, "The beauty and popularity of true mushroom brown is that it's inspired by the range of browns we're naturally born with." Overall, 2024 hair color trends are veering in the direction of soft, natural colors. But there is one exception. Colorist Kat Collette told Bustle, "I think icy blue is going to have a moment, and I'm 500% here for it." We all remember Kylie Jenner's teal hair, and no one could forget Billie Eilish's cobalt mane. But the shade of blue that's on trend for 2024 is decidedly more delicate, leaning more towards a pristine iceberg than a deep, saturated indigo. If you need a visual representation of this frosty hue, consider Helen Mirren at the 2023 Cannes Film Festival. Of course, blue hair is not for the faint of heart. It will certainly make a statement, so those looking for a more subtle hair refresh would better steer clear of this option. Also, keep in mind that unless your natural hair is extremely light, you'll likely have to undergo a few rounds of bleach to get your hair light enough for this icy blue shade to shine. You know how when you use brown box hair dye, it sometimes comes out looking dull, flat, and nothing like the shiny, sleek hair of the model on the box?
What even color is this? And the texture? Is that a natural wave? Because I look like a hot Cheeto right now.
Hot Cocoa Brunette is the opposite of that, and this in-demand shade may be considered the warm-toned, just the slightest bit red version of one of 2023's most popular hair colors, Expensive Brunette. Expensive Brunette is characterized by multi-dimensional strands, or a mix of different brunette tones that result in a shiny, healthy, and expensive-looking finish. Hot Cocoa Brunette, on the other hand, features all the shininess and multi-dimensionality of Expensive Brunette, with a bit more richness in color due to that hint of red. Dua Lipa's hairstylist, Chris Appleton, explains on his blog the appeal of this trendy color. You get that light that hits the hair and gives you that mirror-like radiance. That's when hair, for me, really stands out. Another benefit of hot cocoa hair is that it's pretty easy to achieve, especially for natural brunettes. For those who have brown hair naturally, you may achieve the hot cocoa locks of your dreams simply by using a hair gloss. For others, asking your colorist for a natural dimensional warm brunette will help you achieve perfect hot cocoa hair. Many celebrities went red in 2023, from Megan Fox to Meredith Duxbury. But quite a few celebs have also joined the dark side as 2024 rolls in. And while it may be true that blondes get more attention, we'd argue that those with black hair have a classic, timeless look that's hard to compete with. Hairstylist and colorist Mary-Kate O'Connor told Allure, "There's something so lavish about having a rich and shiny solid hair color that will never go out of style. Black can also be an at-home friendly option, though it can run the risk of looking flat and one-dimensional if you don't keep it healthy and shiny looking. To achieve this, a monthly gloss treatment either at home or at your salon can do the trick." Brown doesn't have to mean boring. If you thought brown hair referred to one flat shade, think again. Just like blonde can be many different tones, brown hair also falls on a spectrum. Chestnut is a rich golden brown that falls smack dab in the middle of blonde and black, and is totally trending for 2024. For those who aren't natural brunettes, your colorist will combine combinations of auburn, gold, and chocolate to create a custom shade that works well with your skin, eyes, and features. The great thing about chestnut hair is that it's incredibly versatile. Chestnut highlights add depth and dimension to black hair. On the other hand, it can also be mixed with red to create the perfect glowy amber tone. It's no surprise that Barbie-inspired everything is carrying over into 2024, and when it comes to the kind of blonde that's trending for the upcoming year, Margot Robbie as Barbie is a great example of the buttery, warm blonde locks everyone is after.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie. Hi, Barbie.
According to celebrity hairstylist Karen Miller, golden natural blonde tones like we see on Margot Robbie, Rihanna, and Florence Pugh are on trend and require much less maintenance than platinum locks. A buttery dimensional blonde can still look good when it's a bit grown out. As another bonus, the bright and sunny shade happens to look cute in the warmer months too. Can't choose between blonde and copper? You don't have to. In 2024, hairstylists expect reddish shades to continue to be popular choices, from deep burgundies to various shades of copper. A mix of copper and strawberry blonde, golden copper is a natural-looking ginger shade that gives an ambery glow that can brighten the facial features, according to colorist Tiffany Richards. She said, "If you mix a golden tone with copper, you end up with this beautiful amber shade that has a way of complementing any skin tone and eye color. If you don't want to commit fully to this bronzy ambery color, adding a few hand-painted highlights around your face could be a more subtle take on the look." Some people think black hair is a bit too intense to pull off, and if you're one of those people, may we introduce espresso. Colorist Kat Collette told Bustle, "I think the brunette that will reign this winter season would be the deep espresso tones that keep coming in strong. The darkest, deepest brown, but not quite black shade is on trend for 2024, spotted on celebrities like Kylie Jenner and Simone Ashley. And if you're not quite ready to commit to totally dark hair from root to tip, consider John Frieda Salon's creative director Nicola Clark's description of jet brunette, a shade similar to espresso. It's dark at the roots, and then the mid-lengths and ends feature pieces of a flatter, ashier brunette, 2 or 3 shades lighter than the root. Whether you choose your Inky espresso locks to lean towards a solid brunette or a more dimensional jet brunette, you're already ahead of the curve by choosing a dark brown shade. Colorist Katie Lee says, "Depending on the season, it can look deep and striking or glossy and regal. Espresso can also be more low maintenance than other shades, sometimes only requiring regular glosses rather than full color processes." Unlike the saturated reds in Cowgirl Copper and Cherry Cola hair, Pecan Red leans a bit more brunette with just a touch of red. Perfect for those looking for a natural, warm tone. Tiffany Richards told Allure, "The color pairs perfectly with pale skin, while also enhancing the natural glow of deeper skin tones. This shiny auburn is a perfect choice for those looking for something a bit more subtle. One of the best things about Pecan Red is that it can be quick and easy to achieve if you're already a natural brunette. Just ask your hairdresser for reddish toner to go over your hair. No bleach required." The copper hair trend that's taken the world by storm isn't over yet. Though deeper shades of red seem to be on the horizon for 2024, it doesn't appear that Cowgirl Copper, a lighter orangey brown red, is going anywhere. Celebrities like Ice Spice, Riley Keough, and Gigi Hadid have all donned the trendy shade.
You know what this look is?
What?
Lady Godiva.
Lady
on acid.
Godiva.
Without a horse.
Its versatility and ability to look good with different skin and eye colors is what makes it such a salient trend. As colorist Mauricio Bermudez explained to Glamour, red has been fully embraced as a standard color rather than trending color. As many have gone from Girl Next Door to Hear Me Roar in the last year, others have looked on and now understand that the shade is attainable. Hair trends for 2024 are all about natural, effortless looks that still feel put together and dimensional. What better to fit the trend than balayage? According to hairstylist Samantha Cusick, 2024 is the return of the balayage trend. I predict a wave of clients embracing the effortlessly natural vibe and opting for low-maintenance hair colors. Though many associate balayage with blonde hair, the hand-painted highlights can work for any hair color. Although the trend for 2024 is set to be much more toned down than years past. To achieve the most subtle on-trend version of balayage, ask your stylist to focus on the ends of your hair. Arguably the best part of balayage is that it grows out beautifully, so minimal upkeep is required. At the end of the day, how you choose to color and style your hair is totally up to you. If you're someone who likes bold colors, 2024 is just as good a year as any other to whip out the neon hair dye and go to town. But for anyone who tends to gravitate towards more natural hair colors, 2024 is trending in your direction. Chaz Dean told Allure, "The 2024 hair color trends are a bit more conservative and natural than we've been seeing. We're in the scaled-back era where highlights are more blended and hair colors are more realistic. However, keeping things more natural doesn't mean keeping things boring. Amping up copper with subtle streaks of hand-painted gold or creating the perfect mix of honeyed caramel highlights results in hair that's anything but bland."